Hi guys, it's Jenny, and today I'm going to go through a little routine of bear to crab switches, different variations, which are not only great for your shoulders, your core, coordination, but also look pretty cool when you get them smooth. So the first thing we're going to do is go into a bear position. So we're going to do a low bear, where our knees are under our hips, hands under the shoulders, and your knees are just off the floor. So we've just lifted them up a little bit. Then we're going to twist our hips, dropping the heel down, lifting off one hand, stepping the foot that's on the other side, other hand down, and now we're in a crab position. So our feet are hip distance, hands about shoulder distance, and we're just holding ourselves up here. Then we're going to do it in reverse. We're going to lift our hips in the same direction, swoop that leg back underneath, place the hand down, rearrange the hand. So that's switching from bear to crab. We'll go the other way. So drop the hips the other way, step the foot through, lift off the hand and replace it on the other side. And then switch the hips the same way, back to bear. And we'll go again. Other way, first way, and then back. And then keep going through. And then back. Now we'll do it in a circle motion, so we're going to keep going in the same direction rather than changing direction. So starting in crab, we're going to move our left foot to the left side, right hand to the right side. Then we're going to move our right foot underneath, left hand comes back, then left foot goes under, right hand goes over, right foot goes under, left hand comes over. So you can see we're moving in this circle. Now we're going to switch directions. If you're struggling to keep up with the coordination, don't worry about it. As long as you're switching between the two movements, that's all good. So in bear, we're going to take our left foot through, right hand over, right foot through, left hand over, left leg through, right hand over, and round and round. You can see I'm sort of moving around the floor as I'm doing this. Awesome. So take a little relax for a sec. What we're going to do now is add a toe touch, a bit of fluff flying in front of my face, in each position. So we're going to be starting our crab position. We're going to go opposite hand to opposite foot, opposite hand to opposite foot. Then we're going to switch just like we did before into a bear position, opposite hand to opposite foot, opposite hand to opposite foot, and then switch. Switch whichever way you like, doesn't matter, as long as we're getting both sides. Toe touch, back to bear, toe touch, to crab, toe touch, back to bear, last one, and toe touch. Awesome. So that's sort of like the basics. They're still quite tricky, but that's bear to crab. We're going to do a tiny little bit of stretching. Come down and sit into a straddle for me while I talk to you. So feet nice and wide as is comfortable for you. Just sit here. But we're going to add a tiny bit more flexibility on to these movements. So instead of bear and crab, we're going to go between downward dog and thoracic bridge. So they're slightly more difficult movements, but still doable, and just give them a go, you know. Stretch to one side. Doesn't matter where you're at right now. Try it, see how it feels. Maybe it'll give you a nice goal to work towards. Switch sides. Or maybe you're already there and you're going to find it super easy, super fun. And back to the middle, and then just leaning forwards. So just go as far as you can. If it's here, that's good. If it's lower, that's good too. And then switch around onto all fours again. Just gonna stretch though, don't worry. Not ready yet. Cat cow, so arching the back. And then rounding the back. Arching the back. And rounding. You can use these bear crab movements as a nice warm-up. I love to do them as a sort of standalone movement, 5-minute flow kind of thing. They really get me moving and grooving, feeling good in the shoulders and the core. Okay, so thoracic bridge switches. If you've done SMM, you'll know what thoracic bridge is. Now we're going to switch from side to side elegantly. So we're going to start in a thoracic bridge, lifting, putting all your weight on one arm, lifting the hips nice and high, and you can extend the arm overhead just to be extra dramatic. Then you're going to come down through crab, so just put your hand on the floor, then lift the other side. So this one's nice and easy, we barely move. We're just stretching the shoulders, stretching the chest, extending the hips, arching the back, making lots of space in the upper body and engaging the lower body. Nice deep breaths. One more each side. Okay, so let's add a switch between a forward and backwards like we were doing with the bear and the crab. So our forwards movement this time is going to be downward dog. So we're going to go up into our downward dog. This can look like however yours is. You can have your knees bent and your chest down, or you can push up, knees straight, chest through. And it's exactly the same movement pattern, it's just slightly more, slightly more intense this time. So you're going to take one of your feet and step it underneath, lift off one of your hands, rotate the hips up into the thoracic bridge. So we're not putting that hand down like we did with the crab, just leave it hovering. Then rotate back, hand back down, foot back to the original position, and we switch sides. Left foot comes under, right hand lifts, thoracic bridge, and then back down, hand down, foot replaces itself, switch sides again, rotate the hips. You'll notice as I step through, I am adjusting both feet. So just adjust your feet to wherever they feel comfortable as you do the thoracic bridge. Downward dog, switch the foot, arching up, downward dog, switch the foot, arching up. Good. So, hope you enjoyed that one. Now we're going to make it a tiny bit more complicated, tiny bit more flexibility demand, but still give it a go anyway. You might surprise yourself. So instead of going underneath our body to get to the thoracic bridge, we're going to go on top of our body. So we're going to start in our downward dog again. Nice and tall in the shoulders, nice and strong. You can have the legs bent, whatever you like. And you're going to put all the weight in one foot. I'm going to choose my right foot, lift the left leg up, nice and high, then start to tip back. So we're rotating our hips, and you're going to try lifting that hand off and just drop that foot down, leaving your hand off the floor. So you're in like a really dramatic thoracic bridge. Then reverse it, you're going to lift that foot back off the floor, bringing it back all the way down to your downward dog. And other side. So you're going to lift the right leg up, start to tip it over, bend the leg, lifting the right hand until the right foot touches the floor. You can keep that leg bent or straighten it, and then reverse it, lift that leg up, back to your downward dog. Do that a couple more times, lift the leg, bend it over, thoracic bridge, wild thing, and back, downward dog, lift the leg, over, back, and then reverse. You can also do like a bit of a mix here, so I could step underneath to a thoracic bridge and then decide I wanted to lift that leg up to go back to a downward dog, and then you could step underneath, thoracic bridge, lift that leg up to go back to a downward dog. And you can just start to get creative. We could bring in our crab and our bear, and from bear, downward dog, down, thoracic bridge, bear, round, crab, bear, downward dog, lift the leg, over, thoracic bridge. Once you start to get these movements nice and smooth, you can really start playing with them, mixing them together however you like. But that was just a little introduction to bear to crab switches, that general rotation of the shoulders, rotation of the hips. Bring your feet together and we'll do a stretch while I finish it off. So just butterfly stretch. But yeah, so they're really challenging in terms of your coordination, in terms of stability, but they're really great to master, really good fun. It doesn't feel like you're doing mobility work, and like I say, they look really cool whenever you get them smooth. So it's always worth sticking with things like that. It'll improve you as a mover, just as a human being. So hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time.